Thank you very much, Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to participate in the debate on the state budget for 2018. Speaker, the ambitious Sarawak corridor of renewable energy scope, which was launched by the Prime Minister in February of 2018, is very quiet these days. The project, which aims to develop the central region in Sarawak, covering an area of 70,708 square kilometers, comprising of 5 development nodes, namely Buka, Tanjong, Tuno, Waram, and Samalaju. The project targeted the date of completion is year 2030. Mr. Speaker, after next month is year 2018. From 2030, there are only 12 more years to go. 10 years have already gone by, and how much have we achieved? We know we have done something at Samalaju Industrial Park, but what about at Muka node, Tanjong Manis node, the Tuno node, and the Baram node? Very little is done, very little indeed. Even the something that was done at Samalaju Industrial Park, but that is just 7 companies which is operational, 2 others under construction, and 8 others still under negotiation, out of a total number of 27 projects, which was so much talked about before. Samalaju Industrial Park covers an area of 8,000 hectares, and it's very well planned and developed industrial park, and even has its own seaport right at the doorstep. Not to mention of the 2 4 lanes highway that's going to be built leading to and from Bintulu to Samalaju. She has her own water treatment plant and electricity from Batu Dam. There is a new township also and many other basic amenities. I mean, everything is there, but only the factories are not there. If you go to Samalaju Industrial Park, you can see some factories here and there, but there is still so much space. According to the target date, only 12 years is left, and I hope that by then, Samalaju Industrial Park will be fully occupied and operational as planned. Mr. Speaker, this is most important because I could still remember when Samalaju Industrial Park first started, Bintulu was a vibrant town. Business was good, everybody was busy making money, good money. Private development shot up, all of a sudden shop houses mushroomed, condominium and shopping centers all started to come out. Today, some of them are still in their various stages of construction. That was the second boom of Bintulu. But now we must fully develop the Samalaju Industrial Park to sustain that development node at the Samalaju, and also to bring forward the development of Bintulu. Mr. Speaker, think about it. If just by developing the Samalaju node of the Sarawak corridor of renewable energy, the impact on the development of Bintulu is that much. Just think how the whole of the central region of Sarawak can be transformed when the Muka IT node is developed, the Tanjong Manis Halal Hub is developed, the Tuno tourism node is developed, and the Baram node is developed. But unfortunately, the administration, after the Thai administration, seems to have lost the direction and mission in score. After the Thai administration, we hear very little about what is happening with our score, but instead we hear all the hoo-ha about LRT, communication tower, e-commerce, digital economy. Not that they are not important, but that we do first thing first. Now, if score had been that important to us during the Thai administration, let's carry that forward and take it all the way to fully accomplish our goals. Like I said, I have seen how it happened and helped Bintulu, and I'm sure that it will do the same to the other area also. I know that other countries like Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines are rapidly rising to become the cheaper preferred destinations of many of the foreign direct investments. But I believe that we are still FDI destinations for some multinationals. But we must be creative and carry out successful initiatives to arrest them, to attract them. Think hard, focus, and put a great effort into it. Yes, we can. Don't prematurely de-industrialize ourselves. It is all about what this administration is putting the priorities. On the other hand, Mr. Speaker, we also need to urgently develop our own domestic industrialization policy and not just talking about it. We do not have to rely on the foreign direct investment all the time. I know that some of our biggest companies in Sarawak are involved in power supply, property, construction, palm oil, and timber. Of these sectors, only 2 of them are presently involved in the industrialization for export, namely palm oil and timber, while others are more service-orientated. In fact, these big companies in the palm oil and timber industries, they should be in the forefront to lead Sarawak in industrialization activities by going up the value chain and produce products for export. For example, the big timber company must produce the high-value global furniture products with our abundant hardwood timber resources and not just sell logs for easy money. And then completely neglect to industrialize, to build factories and make products. The ADUN administration had talked about this, but where is the furniture made in Sarawak for export? Or are we just interested in catching the illegal loggers? Not that that is not important. Now we are catching them with the sophisticated drone. But please, for goodness sake, do something more productive for our timber industry, apart from just selling logs. Let's industrialize ourselves and sell products that's made from our wood, our abundance of wood. And also the palm oil, big palm oil industry company. They must produce the high-end products in the cosmetics and food industries where palm oil is a major ingredient. Don't just look at North Korea in producing cosmetics. They don't even have palm oil. We know what they have. We know to fully utilize our comparative advantages and build on them to create finished, rendered product as global champions in their respective fields. Mr. Speaker, of course we just cannot leave it like that to the big companies and say, y'all do it. So what is our government doing to incentivize them? And also why they do, and all this while they have not succeeded. Also partly to be blamed is on the lack of the leadership of our government. For example, the government can grant tax deductions on investment in high-end finished products, pulling the universities to work hand in hand with these big companies to do research, to invent a product, to invent and produce these products, while at the same time making sure that our institutions have the best experts, the latest tools, and scientific equipment for the task. The government of the day must also do trade promotions overseas. Take a little, maybe just as little as 1% of the value of the export of the goods of this company to do the trade promotion overseas. Spend another 0.5% maybe on sustainability and best practice certification to ensure that their goods are compliant with the best international health, socio-economic, and environment standards. Mr. Speaker, this is about big companies, industrialization of the big companies. But in the industrialization of our economy, of our domestic industry, which we must. We must develop our smaller companies also, just like so many of the success stories of SME in Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. You know, what do we have? We were better off than they were. They were still poor when we were all right. But now, they are way ahead. And we hardly had any of this SME. Mr. Speaker, you know, the best start off as a SME industrialist that I could remember is the father of the member of Dalat. He had an automated factory making galvanized buckets, chain link fence, BRC match for concrete reinforcement, and even chicken cage, as well as many iron and steel and aluminum products. He was right with his time, started in the 60s. Since then, we have dropped far behind. So few small and medium industrial developments these days. Many opted to just open up coffee shops and do hot drink. What went wrong? Mr. Speaker, over the years in Bintulu, over the years the people in Bintulu have been concerned about the road linking from Niku to Bintulu Takau Road. I've mentioned also in this level before about the importance of the road, as it not only will bring about the development of both sides of the road there, but also an alternative road to Gabonja Park, Longhouses, and Bintulu's Power Road, Coastal Road, as well as the Bintulu Airport. At the moment, there is only one road from Bintulu to go to the airport, and that is by the Bintulu Takau Road. Anything happens onto that road before the junction of Chiew Road, traveling to airport is cut off. Bintulu is fast growing, and by right should have an alternative road to such an important and strategic place like the airport. It cannot be just one route to go to the airport. The Niku Road would not only shorten the distance from Bintulu town to airport, but also will greatly help the people of Gabonja Park, Etak, and many longhouses along the coastal highway and at Bintulu's Power Road, shortening the route from Bintulu to the respective areas. Therefore, it's urged that the road should be built as soon as possible. It's not long, maybe just about a couple of kilometers away. Mr. Speaker, I cannot believe last year when I saw with my own eyes that a heavy storm coming into Tatao town could actually cut off the electricity supply for the whole town, right there and then. And that was exactly what happened in the middle of the day. Blackout to all shops, refrigerator not running, fan not working, everything stopped. Not to mention the school, the clinics, and other government facilities and offices. I went to the gas station to pump some gas. Gas pump was not working also. The losses and the inconvenience that's caused to people in Tatao town must be great, and they really do not need to go through this kind of thing year after year. And therefore, it's urged that SESCO look into this matter seriously and solve this problem once and for all. As the people there are telling me that this is not just happening once in a blue moon, but very often. Then there is the water supply in Tatao. Mr. Speaker, this problem also has been there for a long time. Low water pressure and the often murky water supply. Just imagine the murky water coming out of your tap when you are bathing or cooking. People in Tatao, they do not deserve treatment like this. Tatao is an important and centrally located town in the Tatao area, and it's growing bigger by the day.
Maybe 1 minute to wind up. Tanjong,
yeah.
1 minute.
All right. The water treatment plant there was built many years ago, catering for the need of the old town. But then since then, the town has grown in the leaps and bounds. And what's happening to the 5 million litre water tank at Samalaju Industrial Park, which the ministry had in a written reply to me during the last sitting, said that it would be moved to Tatao to alleviate the water problem there. Is the tendering process done, and when will the tank eventually be moved and supply water to fill up all the empty pipes already connected to for 2 elections now to the longhouses along the Tatao Road, but still empty and no water? Mr. Speaker, last one, the fences along the fairway of hole number 17 and 18 of the Bintulu Golf Club. The fence line actually shares the boundary of the Tanjong Batu coastal road. There used to be a fence there as high as the lamp post, but had fallen after a strong rain and storm hit in 2 August last year. Unfortunately, up to this day, no barrier had been put up, while only a line of small acacia trees being planted waiting for it to grow to become a barrier. Of course, that will take a lot of time. Meanwhile, golf balls sometimes would find themselves flying onto the coastal road, and it is most dangerous to the road user there. It could actually shoot someone on the head and kill the person, or it could hit a car, causing panic and serious accident. So up to now, the accidents are not that drastic yet, but one accident is already an accident too much, as it could be fatal anytime. Last paragraph, Mr. Speaker, we do not need this kind of, we do not need to wait until the time when to take action when it is too late. I have been told that old fencing there is still around, and I wonder, just for the time being, whether some big enough high-tension electric post could be erected and then the net be hung, and thus the accident minimized. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, thank you very much.